Hi everyone, it's Janet with SugarShine Designs, and I'm here today to show you this cute Feel Better card. And it features several cottage cuts dies. And just to let you know, I have made a sister video of how to put together all these dies, including little elements and the dog, over at Cottage Cuts. And the link will be here on this video and also in the video description. The reason that I'm doing this particular video is to concentrate on how to make this middle step card. And you can see here that it pops up, so it's three-dimensional, and it is the middle portion or that step that pops out. The beauty is once it's flattened, it can be mailed very easily, and it creates a 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 inch square card. This card base was originally posted by one of our own Cottage Cuts design team members, Lois, and I'll put that link also here and in the video description. Now the dimensions come across quickly, so just feel free to pause if you want to read anything or write it down. So this card base is pretty simple. You cut 2 slits on each side, 3/4 inch wide, and then you put in these score lines. There's actually 4 of them. And then it's a matter of folding this card base such that it creates this pop-up middle section. You can cut these slits by using a paper cutter or a paper trimmer, or you can use a simple X-Acto knife, which is how I did mine. I just find that that's easier. I like to use my clear ruler to measure everything by, and at least for me, this is my preferred technique. Well, let's look how it's folded, because that's one of the most important parts here. You start from the bottom and you create the mountain fold on each side. Then the next one is a valley fold on each side. Then you have your top score, which is in the middle and your largest piece, and that's a mountain fold. Do not fold the slits on each side while you're doing that, however. And then you'll find your last score marks on each side, and that is also a mountain fold. Once you've folded the paper, take your bone folder and press against the score lines so that you have a nice crisp fold in each area. And then this creates your nice card base, this three-dimensional pop-up card base. The next step is to adhere the mats to this card, and all the dimensions for these mats are included in the yellow notes here at the bottom. There is a middle panel, a strip panel at the bottom, and then 2 pattern paper mats, and these go on each side of the middle panel. No matter what kind of card you're making, these mats can be used as the base again for this middle step card. At this point, I've adhered the strip mats onto the card, and I just have the middle one to do yet. And I'm going to use a little bit of distressed oxide ink at the bottom of this, very lightly in broken china. And the reason I'm doing this is just to create a little dimension at the bottom of this panel so that when my nurse puppy is sitting on it, it doesn't look like he's floating in nowhere land. It looks as if he's anchored to something, and that is this blue portion of the card base. It sort of gives the mind the impression that maybe there's a floor there or something that isn't just nebulous air, if you know what I mean. I will tell you though, one thing I would do different in this card if I were to do it again is that I would put the oxide ink on the cream card base before I put it on the red mat. It got a little bit of the oxide ink on that red mat on the edges. It doesn't really make that big of a difference, but I like to keep things really neat and precise, and for that reason I would recommend you do that before you put it on your mat. And just a little reminder again that I included all the mat dimensions in the card itself in those yellow notes earlier in the video, but you can also go to Lois's blog post. They're posted there along with written directions. So if you'd like to look at those to kind of back up what I've been showing you here, feel free to do that. Again, that link is in the video description, so go visit Lois's blog and you'll find that post right there. All right, so we've got this basically prepared now, and it's ready to apply the die cuts. And in this case, as I mentioned before, I have this cute nurse puppy die cut, and it is adorable. It's got this just wonderful little dog, as well as 7 other little nursing related pieces, including that stethoscope you'll see there. And there's a prescription bottle and 5 other little pieces that are associated with nursing or the medical field. It is really just a very, very cute set. So here I have everything laid out. I've got all of the elements from the Nurse Puppy die set, which again was the puppy, the Band-Aid, the nurse's hat, stethoscope, the prescription bottle, the syringe, and the ice pack. All of those elements come in one die set called Nurse Puppy. So this is a great buy. It's the cute little puppy plus 7 other little items that come along with it. The sentiment Feel Better came right here from this Ouch with Tooth. This is also a new release for the Get Well series that just came out, and it works just great on the bottom of this panel. Last but not least, I have this little border up here at the top. It comes from Sweet Love Borders from the Scrapping Cottage, and it is more Valentine related, but you can use this for any kind of border where you want to express some sort of sentiment from the heart, like this one, where we're wishing someone to feel better. As another reminder, if you want to know how I put together these little die cut pieces, just go to the Cottage Cuts channel that's linked in my video description, and I'll show you how I made these, which basically I cut on white cardstock, then used Spectrum Noir markers to color everything up. And once that was all done, it was ready to put together like you see here. Thank you so much for joining me today. This will be posted just before Christmas, so I want to say Merry Christmas to everyone out there. I hope you spend it with family and friends and that all your Christmas wishes come true. Until next time, bye.